A new Star Wars shooter game is currently in development and it might be the next best thing for the Star Wars community. A perfect temporary replacement for Battlefront 3 that also includes a new Republic Commando campaign, first and third person multiplayer and PvE, all happening in classic maps from the old Battlefront games, such as Utapau, Geonosis, Umbara and so on. Today we will discuss about this ambitious project, the future content and how the modding community is still saving Star Wars gaming. Greetings ladies and troopers, before we dive into the Republic Commando campaign, multiplayer game modes, release dates and how to play the game, I will let you know that the game is made by the same developer team that worked on the beautiful Galactic Contention mod, essentially a huge scaled Battlefront game placed on top of the game's squad. And yes, once again a small team of developers are providing a gorgeous project when big companies fail to do so. The amazing project named Star Wars Sagas is a complete rework of the game Insurgency Sandstorm in Unreal Engine 4 with Battlefront 2 and classic Battlefront assets, stunning graphics, air and orbital support abilities and a fantastic immersive shooter gameplay. This is a complete brand new Star Wars experience happening in multiple setups in the Clone Wars, and after the cancellation of multiple titles including Battlefront 3, it is a breath of fresh air that the community desperately needs. The small developer team is working hard to create a more tactical Star Wars shooter game resembling the mechanics of Republic Commando. Each player has a role, but this time the recoil also matters, friendly fire exists, and airstrikes are absolutely devastating. In some game modes you can't even respawn, so being more cautious about your decisions will determine whether your team ends up being victorious or not. Star Wars Sagas is a game currently in closed beta, and I, along with others, had the chance to experience the amazing project being developed there. Currently the focus is on PvE and PvP gameplay, which include multiple game modes such as Supremacy, Objective Escort, Galactic Assault, Team Deathmatch and many others. So essentially both large scale and small scale battles with up to 32 players. The game also includes a standard customizable class system of up to 6 classes, each having different abilities such as back-to-bomb healing, calling in airstrikes, providing ammo and so on. The classes so far are Assault, Heavy Support, and actual balanced lightsaber heroes and villains. Weapons and equipment are also customizable, and you are probably wondering if there is gonna be a third-person mode and character customization system. And the answer is yes and yes. As this video has been edited, the devs confirmed that there will be a third-person mode, customization and also clone characters replacing certain classes. This customization system will depend on the map you are playing, as each map has lore-accurate battalions. For example, you could play as the heavy class with hard case on Umbara or as Cody's commander class on Utapau. That brings us to the question, what maps are we gonna play on? As seen in the game footage, Utapau is a playable map just like it was in 2005's Battlefront 2. But that is not all, there will be more playable maps from the OG Battlefronts and even from the more recent games. Devs have also confirmed that Magito, Mustafar and Umbara are in the works and will soon be available. Just imagine fighting on Umbara alongside your brothers. Perhaps droids will fight clones, clones will fight Umbarans, or clones will fight other clones. The idea is that no other game has provided us with a chance to experience the deadly battlefronts of the Umbara campaign so far, except for Battlefront 2, where you can install some mods for it. So far in the beta we have experienced Geonosis, reworked Utapau and Mos Eisley from 2005's Battlefront 2, and I have to say they look absolutely gorgeous. Playing those childhood maps on stunning graphics just feels right. And you know what else feels right? The Republic Commando Remastered campaign. The devs have confirmed they will also make an improved campaign for our favorite clone commando unit, so we will get to serve with the Deltas one more time, this time with Unreal Engine 4 graphics. Since the original game was made in Unreal Engine 2, this will definitely make their work easier and I can't wait to see the result. Another more secretive project of the team is an ARC Trooper story campaign. Yes, you heard that right, there will be not one but 2 campaigns they will be working on, and the second one will have a story of its own, running on the same game mechanics as Republic Commando. The devs didn't offer more details on this, but my personal guess is that there are 2 squads that could get focused here. One of them is of course Echo and Fives as perhaps another co-op game, or the infamous Munilist 10 squad, which was led by fan favorite Captain Fordo. Imagine 2 campaigns both focusing fan-favorite clone trooper special forces groups, I simply refuse to believe big companies like EA, Ubisoft and others never considered to give the community one of the most desired story arcs, one that revolves around a special forces unit such as ARC troopers and clone commandos. Then again, thank the Force for the amazing and beautiful community of Star Wars. The community has started taking matters into its own hands for quite some time now, and just look what the results are. Now, there are a couple of other things that I need to address. The release date of the two campaigns is currently unknown, as the devs are working essentially on multiple things at once, but we do know that Star Wars Sagas, multiplayer and PvE will be going into public beta as of next week. In order to play Sagas, you will need to possess Insurgency Sandstorm on Steam. There you can find it for 30 euros, but there are other websites where you can get it for a lot less, like $10, and I will link the websites in the description for you. There is also no need to install the mods, which is great. You simply have to enter the server IP and the mods will be automatically downloaded and installed for you. Also, I will show you an image of the specs required to play the game with the mods. There will certainly be more updates and content on Star Wars Sagas in the close future. If you are curious to find out more, make sure to force push that sub button and stick around. Star Wars Outlaws is also coming out, and of course there's been a lot of controversy around it, but nevertheless the game is coming out in a few hours on early access, so we will also cover that as soon as possible. Let me know down in the comments your thoughts on Star Wars Sagas, the two campaigns we will be getting, and what would you like to see from this amazing project. As always, many thanks for watching. I will be here to address any questions. Have an amazing day, may the Force be with you, and most importantly,
watch those wrist rockets! Commando's crash.
Dawn.